The TikToker accused of killing her cat has found herself in some more drama after a recent H3 podcast episode. More information has been revealed since the last time I talked about the situation, as vet bills have been released and more clips are resurfacing from members of the creator house she lived in. For some background, in case you didn't see my original video on this, the situation involves TikToker Reagan Kersey. In 2021, she adopted a cat and was also cast in an influencer reality show where she had to live in a content house with 10 other influencers. She lived in this house with her cat. Here's where things get messy. Reagan has said before that her cat ran away, but this year, new information was brought to light. A podcast episode was going around claiming a TikToker had killed their cat, and it's been revealed that this podcast was referring to Reagan, which she was really confused by because her cat ran away in her eyes. It was revealed on Reddit and later confirmed by her roommate Jacob that the cat never ran away from the content house that she lived in. He actually took her cat, opened the doors in the house, and made it seem like the cat had run away. But he says the reason why he took the cat was because it looked extremely skinny, didn't have any food or water when he saw it, and felt he needed to take action. So he made her believe all these years that the cat just ran away when in reality he took it. He says that he ended up taking it to the vet, but the cat ended up dying 10 days later. Now, there's a lot of sides to this situation, and now Ethan and Hila are getting tons of backlash because they covered the subject on the recent podcast and also interviewed Jacob, and viewers did not like what they saw. To sum up all the sides here, Reagan says that she did not mistreat her cat or starve her, and that she thought all this time her cat just simply ran away. She's just now finding out the truth that her roommate took her cat, staged it running away, and that the cat actually died. Jacob, her roommate, claimed that he saw the cat and her condition and that it had no food or water and felt that he needed to take the cat in, help nurse it to health, and then was going to try and get her adopted by a loving family. He says that at first he thought the cat just needed food or water, but got concerned, made a vet appointment. The soonest vet appointment was in 3.5 days. After they took the cat to the vet, things didn't get better and it ended up passing away. He just never told Reagan any of this. Since my last video, Jacob has come out to say a few more things, posting a TikTok showing proof that he did take the cat to the vet and that he paid for the vet, showing his own bank statements, and also a text from the roommate saying that they used the name Bella for the cat to make the appointment instead of her real name, which was Seven. In the vet bill, it says that they gave her fluids, among other things, and also weighed the cat, noting that the cat was only 3.8 pounds. In the same TikTok, Jacob wanted to say that it was very difficult to get a vet appointment at the time because it was COVID, which is why he couldn't go right away. He said that they weren't taking new patients, so he couldn't get in for a couple of days. He also denied that taking the cat out of her normal environment affected the cat at all.
Another thing people are saying is that I took her out of her natural environment, which could have caused her health to decline, but that is simply not true. Seven moved away from the adoption agency into Reagan's apartment, to then moving into the go house to the biggest room, and then she got switched to the first floor room and was about to get switched again until Reagan's third room and Seven's third room while living in the go house, all within the span of 4 months. This shows that Seven lived in 4 different environments with Reagan alone.
He later defends why he still posted content with Reagan afterwards, saying that he had to make content with people in their content house.
As to why I continued to post with Reagan and others in the house moving forward is because we were in a content house where we had to film with each other 6 to 8 hours a day, and we were contractually obligated to post on TikTok. And at the time, I was just trying to get through the rest of the show and not have any conflicts and just kind of make it the best I could for everybody and not have any extra drama. When you live in a content house where they want you to post content with each other, you post content with your roommates, and that is all I was doing.
And once again defended his decision not to go to Reagan about all this in the first place, feeling like if he had said something to her about it, she would have gotten defensive about it, would have said that she had it under control, and not actually done anything about it. And now where Ethan and Hila come into all of this is that when they were interviewing him, there was a lot that went down. I'll also say that Reagan denied talking to them, but Jacob was willing. And in the interview, they questioned his decision to take the cat in the first place.
It seems that you're making a lot of assumptions, though, and it's so quite a drastic measure, right? To take somebody's cat, you know what I mean? Like that's a big deal. Like that's a huge act to take someone's cat from them. It seems like you were maybe making too many assumptions to justify such a drastic measure.
I mean, I don't think I made too many assumptions.
You said that you saw the cat for like about 5 minutes, though. So was that enough time, do you think?
At that day, yeah.
Do you think that was enough time to assess everything that was going on? Like, okay, this cat is malnourished, it's underweight, it looks weird. Did you know?
There's no food and water.
At that
Yeah, I
5
think that
minutes,
was long enough
at
time.
those 5 minutes. But what about other times? You said you didn't see the cat a lot, so I'm just wondering, how did you come to all those conclusions?
Well, I walked in and I saw a cat that looked super skinny with no food and water, living in its own room by itself. You know, to me, that was my split second decision. And, you know, there's probably a bunch of other ways I could have gone about it. And, you know, I'm not saying exactly the situation I did was the perfect and the best move. That was just what I thought was the best thing to do at the time.
They really dug into his decision here and later were questioning how he knew the cat was starving despite him saying that it was physically skinny.
How would you know that the cat food and water bowls hadn't just been transported to the new room?
Well, they were there. They were just empty. There was no
Oh, so
food
they
out.
were down. They were just empty.
Correct.
Oh, I thought there was nothing at all. Was it what you said?
So
there's-
maybe
No, I said there was no food at all.
There's two
Okay.
empty bowls, essentially.
To my best recollection, there was stuff there, but there was just nothing in them. Yeah, I can't picture exactly if they were two bowls or what they looked like. I'm not gonna speculate, but yeah, I just know that there was stuff where food could have been left and there was nothing in the bowls.
Is it possible the cat ate the food? Not the sound of twos.
Is it? I mean, it's possible, but to drink all the water as well, and
Yeah, the empty water bowl that seems unusual, right? I mean, empty water bowl.
yeah, and you know, it wasn't just my decision at the time. It was a group decision. My other friend was there as well. There was 3 of us, and we all kind of just decided like, yeah, this cat isn't looking good. Like she shouldn't be in charge of this cat's health.
They had also questioned why he couldn't take the cat to the vet sooner, despite the fact that he had said that he couldn't get into the vet because it was COVID and it was very difficult. They still wanted to ask him about this.
Originally, when I first saw the cat, it
Yeah.
looked like it was starving. It looked super skinny, and I thought that's maybe what it is. It doesn't have food. There's no
So
food
it
and
didn't
water
look
there at the
sick
time.
to you. It didn't look sick or dying. It just looked hungry.
Until after I took it, and that's when we were like, okay, after observing the cat and seeing that it's not walking, we need to get this into the vet, which is when we called and made a vet appointment. And we were like, we're gonna try and feed it and
It's at
give
least
her water.
It's at least a little bit ironic that you were like, man, she needs to take this cat to the vet, so I'm gonna take it and then not take it to the vet for 3 days. It's a little ironic.
When you consider that she had the cat for 4 months and that she said it got sick all the time and she never took it to the vet, and then I had it and took the cat to the vet after 3.5 days. Do I agree that maybe it could have gone sooner? I could have taken to an emergency, maybe. I just remember during the time it was really difficult to get appointments anywhere.
Then they kind of grilled him, saying that he should have gone to an emergency vet if he couldn't have gotten an appointment at a vet very soon.
You can't just drop in. You have to go to an animal hospital.
But there are urgent cares.
Yeah,
just,
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
for
and
emergencies,
those
you
were
don't need
so
to wait
packed
for an
at the time
appointment.
and swamped, and
Yeah,
I
you
heard
just
the
wait in
care wasn't
line.
the best.
You just wait in
Well,
line.
You didn't want to wait.
I know.
You're
but
too busy.
You didn't want to wait in line. Yet you were
It had nothing
concerned.
to do with me not wanting to wait in line. I'm just
Okay.
saying it was very difficult to get animals in at this exact time.
Well, it's just a matter of
Just a
waiting.
matter of
right?
waiting.
Yeah. Like I've
Okay,
been there,
okay,
right?
so-
My dogs get sick and it's on the weekend. I can't go to the vet. I go to the hospital. And you're right. There's always like super long lines. But like, you know, when my dog is sick, you go, well, I'm just going to sit. I got to wait 5
Again, I
hours.
didn't know exactly what was wrong with her. We thought it was mainly from her being neglected and not eating.
With the vet receipt including the cat's concerning weight of 3 pounds, Ethan wondered if that might not have actually been Reagan's fault, but asked if it was possible that the cat lost weight in the time that Jacob had her.
There's a weight issue that I'm concerned about. When you took it to the vet finally, it weighed 3.8 pounds. I understand little cats like that can lose weight fast. So presumably at 3.8 pounds, it's possible the cat lost 2 pounds in that time if it wasn't eating at all. Even 1
I don't
pound.
think so. It was super skinny when I saw it, and I don't think it had much room to get much skinnier.
You think-
and
you
it
don't
didn't
think-
look much skinnier.
You don't think the cat lost weight in those 4 days? If it didn't
Not
eat
a
anything?
not a drastic amount, no.
And it
She was
wasn't
still,
eating?
She was eating some.
Right.
That was just like eating some versus not eating at all. I mean, I don't think a cat can go 4 days without drinking and eating. It would die. So not eating on the thing doesn't necessarily mean that it wasn't eating at all. It was just not eating a normal amount for a cat.
Ethan later questioned whether he had romantic feelings for Reagan and if there could have been some ulterior motive in this whole situation, as there were some TikToks that had gone around of Jacob posting things surrounding Reagan and maybe insinuating that there were maybe feelings or a crush. When H3 interviewed him, he denied there ever being anything romantic between the two of them.
What was the nature of your relationship with her?
Mostly just coworkers.
Coworkers. Did you ever offer, or did you ever ask her to spend time with her, or were you interested in her romantically at any point?
No, I was never interested in her romantically. She had a boyfriend the whole time. I had a girlfriend when I lived at the house.
But Reagan ended up writing into H3 saying that they did have a romantic relationship the first week that they were in the content house.
We did have a romantic relationship the first week. And then a week afterwards, I started dating my now ex. Why would he lie about that?
Why did he lie?
They were entangled for 2 weeks.
That is interesting.
Later, they speculated maybe he took the cat and was going to tell her he found it as this whole win her back type of thing, but then the cat died.
Maybe
Maybe that's how he
maybe
flirts.
he wanted to be like, oh, I found your cat, and be the hero.
Pull a Gaylord Fokker.
Oh, he fucking killed
Oh
him.
my god.
But so I'm suspicious. Why would he lie that they were romantically
Yeah.
entangled for 2 weeks when they
Yeah.
first came to the house?
You know what? I think it's actually a really good theory that he wanted to be the hero with the cat, like and meet the parents.
Oh my god.
The chat at the time was telling them that they were making too many assumptions and they felt that they weren't going in on Reagan enough, as the big majority felt Reagan was at fault for the condition her cat was in at the time Jacob had taken her in. But Hila made a claim that she couldn't tell if she had really neglected her cat.
Do we even know that she neglected her cat? You know? We haven't seen any evidence of that.
The cat died.
Under his care.
Yeah.
If that was my pet, you stole my pet, and then the pet dies with
Dude.
you, I'm gonna be coming for you.
He
He
has-
had the balls to say that he only saw the cat for 5 minutes. I was like, are you kidding me right now?
That's insane. I missed
That part
one.
was hard too.
Maybe
Well, he
was
said
trying
he
to say,
peeked
like,
in.
I
He-
only had to see it for 5 seconds to know that
Yeah.
something was wrong. I don't know. I don't
So-
know. I want to believe that people just want cats to be alive.
In the end, it just sounds like the cat needed medical care a lot sooner than it got it. It seems that when Jacob got the cat, he thought that it just needed food and water and probably some love and attention to nurse it back to health. But when that didn't work, they made a vet appointment and then realized the severity of the situation. It seems he did realize the cat needed some sort of medical attention sooner than she did, as she had it all this time and didn't take any action and admitted to the cat being sick often. I just think her mistake was certainly not taking it in, and in his case, it just would have been a lot less of a mess if he did confront her about all of this at some point after he went to the vet and found out the severity of the condition the cat was in. But people had taken Ethan and Hila's criticism of Jacob to be far too much for someone they felt was only really trying to do the best that he could, and people have gone off on them. Their comment section over the weekend was filled with people saying, bottom line, the fact that the cat died so soon after he took her speaks to the condition she was in before he stepped in. A lot of people don't take their cats to the vet for some reason, and they just let their pets die from something that is preventable. I fear she was one of those types of people. Piling on a guy who just wanted to save a dying cat is truly disturbing and disappointing. He deserves a genuine apology. Ethan and Hila interrogating this guy feels like cops trying to get him to admit to something he didn't do. Interrogating him on a potential crush/dating history in order to villainize him for what happened when the cat had clearly been neglected for months is insane. I feel like you guys were purposefully being ignorant. He clearly stated the cat looked way skinnier than it did since the last time he saw it. That's what made him take the cat in the first place. That combined with him not seeing food or water. There's no way you guys should have tag teamed him like that. I feel like I'm in the Twilight Zone. People also commented about not liking a comment Hila made when she said that Jacob was giving incel vibes.
He was oozing incel vibes when he was talking about her, about how she doesn't deserve to know.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
That part was like,
Let me read this.
Ethan addressed the comments Hila was getting, specifically posting on his Instagram story saying, people going to Hila's and crew members' pages to leave comments about Friday's episode seek professional help. On Monday, Ethan addressed a lot of the negative comments, saying that he wasn't trying to defend Reagan or take her side, but was standing by the video and the interview that they did. He was reading some comments Hila has received and said that he was not going to be apologizing to Jacob, despite people asking him to or thinking he should.
I mean, some of these are fine. I'm so disappointed in you. It's like, it's not that serious. Like, what the f? She's just giving her opinion. She has a different opinion than you. Unfollowed and unsubbed from the podcast after being a fan for years. You have some serious attitude issues. You need to be humbled. You've been watching this show for years, and my difference of opinion on this cat situation has caused you to walk another path in life.
For years.
I think you need help. And I can't give you that help. I really can't. You showed your ignorance today. I mean, that's whatever. When are you going to apologize to Jacob? I'm not apologizing to Jacob.
He addressed some of the comments he'd been seeing a lot of, like people assuming that if they had been talking about a dog instead of a cat, they would have cared more, but Ethan denied that allegation. He also said that he's questioning things because Jacob is the only witness to come out about this whole thing.
Jacob is the only first-hand account of what that situation that cat was in when he took it. If there was one other first-hand corroborating source, that would be very instructive. But of all the 10 people in that house, he's the only one who's saying that the cat needed immediate medical care, and he's the one that took the cat. So you know what I mean? Like, we need cross references to truly, without a doubt, assume that he was right to take the cat.
Ethan's main point does seem to be how it took him 4 days to get the cat to the vet, feeling like if he felt like it was such an emergency that he had to take the cat from her, that it also should have meant that he was taking it to the vet sooner, and it was just weird to him that he didn't.
The cat was in such dire need of medical attention. It was such an emergency that he went into her room, stole the cat, left the door open to make her believe that it ran away. Even to do that for the good of the cat is pretty nuts. And he took the cat home and didn't take it to the doctor for 4 fucking days. Now, to me, that's a little odd. It's a little odd. That's all I'm saying, guys. And if you can't handle the truth.
And he once again was bringing up the romance, feeling like it plays a role in all of this somehow.
And of course, and then the romance thing, like, hello, guys, when are you going to start believing me? I'm right about this shit. I know what I'm talking about. Like, come on.
So majority of the comments were just not happy with them, feeling like they did not hear Jacob out, or at least give him credit for trying to save the cat. I will say though, there are some people who are suspicious of Jacob as well as Hila and Ethan. Some people have referred to an old podcast clip of him where he is talking with his friends about how he's about to get a dog, and his friend who helped him rescue the cat was featured in this podcast. And they were basically saying that getting a dog is a bad idea, he would be a bad dog owner. And because they're saying this, people are suspicious of his character, since this was recorded apparently after the whole cat situation.
Oh my God, why are you getting a dog right now? Do you really think it's the right time? Do you? Can you give it the best? Can you give it the best life possible? Can you give it the best life possible? Because, for example, Brando was left with you for 3 days, and he had 48 turds in his fucking his little.
We have a automatic.
Yeah, but he shits in the other one because he likes the other one to shit.
Dude, the reason why I didn't tell you is because you guys are negative.
Why? No, we're not negative. I'm not negative. We want it to have a good life. I can see you're kind of a sociopath. You're a sick, right?
I already did all the research, and I haven't drank in 2 weeks, and this is going to be my sober.
We're going to look at the Basset Hound one day, and it's going to be sitting in its shit, fucking depressed.
No, it's not.
And we're gonna, Jacob,
dude.
where are
this
you?
This is why I don't bring it up.
Jacob, where are you?
Ethan did ask Jacob about this during their interview, and he said that it really was just him and his friends joking around with each other. There wasn't anything serious trying to be said here, but it's just something that people have been bringing up. I mean, I just feel like everyone's character is being brought into question because of this whole situation. But in the end, truly just this poor cat, like, it was done so wrong. And I think everyone can agree that it did not deserve to be anywhere near or in a content house. And it's sad that this is how things ended up. But that is what has come out about the whole situation since we last talked about it, what more Jacob had to say, and why H3 is getting some backlash for talking about it. Let me know all of your thoughts, you guys, in the comments. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye, guys.